and welcome to the class. The first thing you need to do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com. You need to go to the website. Once you are on the website, you need to select math as your subject. This is a grade 1 lesson. Okay. Grade 1. And the name of the topic is subtraction. Okay, let me give you the chapter number and the lesson number. So the chapter for today is chapter number 5. We would be doing chapter number 5, that is subtraction, and the lesson number is also 5. Okay, and the name of the lesson is complete the subtraction sentence. Okay, so let's go to high pressures. Welcome to the class. So we are doing grade 1 maths. The topic is subtraction. Okay, it is chapter number 5 and lesson number 5. Let's look at the first question that we have. They are asking us to fill in the missing numbers. Okay, let's see what can we do with this question. The question number 1 says fill in the missing numbers such that if we subtract something from a 5, right? If we subtract something from a 5, 3 is left. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's suppose if we have 5 pencils, let's suppose. Okay, let's pick up 5 pencils. And we say, if we have these 5 pencils, we can number them for our ease. We can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So out of these 5, we are left with 3. We should be left with 3. That means we need to remove how many? How many should be removed? That means in order to have 3, we would remove 1. 4 are left. We remove 1 more. How many are left now? We can see 3 are left. That means we removed how many? We removed 2, right? So the subtraction statement sentence is 5 minus 2 would be equals to 3. Or if we do the reverse of the, yes, Precious, thank you. And we can also do the reverse of it, right? That means if from 5 we subtract 3, we should be left with a 2, right? So this is the subtraction statement. Like if you subtract a number from 5, let's suppose in this case, we were subtracting 2. 5 minus 2 was 3. Then 5 minus 3 should be equals to 2 as well, right? Let's have a look at the next question. So we need to give both the conditions over here, okay? So the next question says, find the missing numbers. Sorry, just a moment, please. Let me copy. Okay, the next question says, find the missing number. Okay. And this statement says, fill in the missing number. And the missing number that we have is this. Okay. So what can we say over here? If from 4 we subtract something, we get a 3. So what should be subtracted from 4? Let's suppose we had 4 of these shapes, or let's suppose 4 apples. Okay, let's do this first. If we had 4 apples, someone ate out of these 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So if someone eats a number of apples and we are left with 3, that means let's start removing. If we remove the first, what is the largest number that remains? Yes, thank you, Precious. That means 4 minus 1 should be equals to 3, or we can say 4 minus 3 should be equals to a 1. Both of these statements are true, right? We can say this statement is true because this statement is true, right? Either of these statements would be true. Okay, for the next question says, find the missing number, fill in the missing number such that, okay, it is given as 2 minus something and 1 is left. I'll just copy the question on the screen. Okay. What is 2 minus something? Question number 3. Can we say if we had, let's suppose, 2 stars, 1 and 2 stars, right? And we can number them. We can say this was the first, this was the second, right? So from 2, if we subtract something, 1 is left. So what should be subtracted? If 1 is left, we need to see if only 1 is left, right? That means 2 minus 1 would be equals to 1, right? So can I say the other reverse of this? That means 2 minus, if I take this as 1, minus 1 would again be equals to a 1, right? Do we agree on this? Yes, thank you, Precious. So what we are looking over here is we are looking at the reverse of the statement as well, right? If you subtract the first number from the total or you subtract the second number from the total, the, the total will always be the same. Okay, let's have a look at the next question. The next question says fill in the missing numbers. And the numbers given are 4 minus something should be equals to 2. The question is right there on the screen. 4 minus something should be equals to 2. This is our question number 4. Let's pick up a shape. Okay, let's pick up a shape. Let's suppose if I have 4 of these. Okay, and if I say if I had 4 of these strawberries, okay, best is to number them 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? That means someone ate the strawberries and 2 were left, right? So how many strawberries were eaten? So in order to find this answer 2, in order to find this value of 2, right, we need to remove 1, and so we are left with 2 over here, right? So how many did we subtract? 4 minus 2 was equals to 2, or we can say 4 minus 2 would be equals to, I'm using the color codes over here, right? If the 2 that was subtracted over here was, thank you, Precious, if this 2 was in red, that's what I used in red over here. Okay, so hi Adeboy, welcome to the class. So we are looking at subtraction sentences. We are trying to see what will be the reverse, what needs to be subtracted, and what should be the reverse equation. All right, why am I saying equation? Because we are looking at an equal sign. Whenever we see an equal sign, we call it an equation. Okay, So in the next question, the equation given to us is, I'll just move it ahead. For question number 5, the equation given to us was 5 minus something should be equals to 2. Okay, let's pick up some shapes, 5 shapes. That is easier for us. Okay, I would say, let's suppose I'll just pick up this shape. Okay, watermelons. So if we had 5 watermelons, these are 6. I'll just remove one more from this. 5. Okay, these were 5 watermelons. Can we number them? Numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? That means out of these 5, some of the watermelons were eaten and we were left with 2. So how many of them were eaten? How many of them should we subtract if we want 2 as the remainder? See, if 2 were left in the end, that means 1. We still have 4 left. We still have 3 left. But now we can see that we are left with 2. Agreed? That means how many were eaten? How many did we cancel out? We cancelled out 3. So 5 minus 3 would be equals to 2, or we can say 5 minus 2 would also be equals to 3. So these, yes, thank you, Precious. So these equations, this statement, right? This statement and this statement is known as equation because we see is equal sign in the middle. Okay. Yes, thank you. Let's have a look. Okay. The next question says fill in the missing numbers if 5 minus something is 4. Okay. Let's try to do it with a different approach. Okay. Let's see what we can do differently over here. Okay. I'll just copy this. Okay. So now if I copy this again, can I just simply do what? Can I interchange these places? Can I bring this number from here to here and this from here? I just keep over here, right? They both would have the same answer, right? We know that the second statement is this, right? This is easier. So we can say 5 minus 4 should be equals to 5 minus 4 should be equals to, yes, it should be equals to 1, right? Then 5 minus 1 should also be equals to 4. So we can do easily by changing the positions over here. Okay. Do we agree on this? Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. Let's have a look at another question. The next question we have is, it says, fill in the missing number. And the missing numbers given are these. Okay, let me just change the size. Okay, if this was the missing number given to us, and I'll just change the position of this. Okay, so we can say we can take the missing number and we can take the 3. If we interchange their positions, can we try to find the answer? What I did was 4 minus something should be equals to 3, right?
But the easier way is 4 minus 3 should be, yes, it should be equals to 1. Agree? That means the same. That means 4 minus 1 should be equals to 3. Thank you, Ediboy and Precious. Okay, do we agree? So this was our question number 7. Let's have a look at another question. Thank you so much. Okay, the next we have is fill in the missing numbers. Okay, I'll just change one number for this question. Okay, I would say let's make this a different number. If this was given as, let's change from 4, we change the question. Okay, we make it a little interesting over here. Let's suppose this was 6. So if 6 minus something should be equals to 2, then 6 minus 2 should be equals to the same, right? Do we agree? Right? So what is 6 minus 2? We can simply write down the numbers. We can write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we were doing 6 minus 2. That means we remove 2 from this. So we are left with a 4. That means 6. If 6 minus 2 was 4, then 6 minus 4 should also be equals to a 2. Agreed? Okay. Do we agree here? Okay, if we agree, I'll move on to the next. Okay, let's see. Fill in the missing numbers. Let's change a question a bit. Okay. So question number 9. So question number 9 says, if these numbers were given to us, I'll change this number to a 7. Okay, this is our question number 9. So what the question is asking us is 7 minus something should be equals to 1. The easiest way to do this question is we can open 7 fingers, we close 1. How many are left? Should be equals to the same answer. So if we open up 7 fingers and we close 1, so how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thank you, Ediboy. So 7 minus 1, if 7 minus 1 was 6, then 7 minus 6 should be equals to 1, right? Because they both are equal statements. Okay. The difference 7 minus 1, the difference was 1. Sorry, 7 minus 6, the difference was 1. And 7 minus 1, the difference was 6. So now what we can see is that when we add this number to this number, right? When we add this number, 1 plus 6 should come out to be equal to 7. In this case, 6 plus 1 should be equal to the larger number, that is 7 over here, right? Let's have a look at another question. Okay. So the next question says 3 minus something, and we are left with a 1. What should you subtract from 3 to get 1 as the answer?
let's see what we have. Can we say if we had 3 apples? Okay.
We put down the 3 apples over here. Best way is to number them 1, 2, and 3. Someone ate some of these apples, but in the end, we are just left with a single apple, right? So, how many apples were eaten? Yes, 2 apples were eaten. Thank you, Adiba. That means the subtraction statement can also be written as 3 minus 1 would be equals to 2. So both of these statements are true. Okay. So from 3, if you minus 2, you get 1 as the answer. Or from 3, if you minus 1, you get 2 as your answer, right? Thank you. Let's try to make a little more interesting for this. Sorry, let me just copy. Sorry. Okay. So the next question, if I would say 5 minus 4, sorry, 5 minus something equals to a 4, right? This is our question number 11. Okay. So what is 5 minus something equals to 4? Or the other statement we can write this as 5 minus 4 should be equals to a value. Same thing, right? The reverse. 5 minus 4 should be equals to, if we write down the 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are removing 4 numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We are left with 1. That means 5. Yes, thank you, Harry boy. 5 minus 4 was 1. Then 5 minus 1 should be equals to 4. Yes, thank you, both of you. Okay. So what we are trying to look at is, we are trying to look at both the subtraction statements, right? 5 minus 1 was 4. Then 5 minus 4 should be equal to 1. And these both statements would be true for this question. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Let's try to make a more interesting question. Okay. I'll take bigger values now. A little. Okay. If I would say, rather than 5, this was given as a 9. Question number 12. So 9 minus something is equals to 4. This seems more difficult, right? Can we open up 9 fingers? 9 minus something should be equal to 4. That is difficult. So can we do it the other way around? 9 minus 4 should be equals to the answer. So if we open up 9 fingers, can we close 4? What number of fingers would be open? If 9 fingers are open and we close 4, we are left with how many open? Yes, thank you. That means we are left with, thank you, everybody, 5 open. If 9 minus 4 was equals to 5, then 9 minus 5 should be equals to 4, right? Because both of these statements would be true for this given question. Okay, we can say that these both of these statements are true. Thank you. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's take a bigger number. I'll change the numbers value in this question. Question number 12, 13. If I say, if question number 13 was given as this, 8 minus something was 3. So 8 minus something was equals to 3. Then 8 minus 3 should be equals to 8. From 8, let's suppose we have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if 8 numbers are given and we need to remove 3, so what number is left? Yes, Adiboy, thank you. So 8 minus 3 would be 5. Then 8 minus 5 should be equals to 3. Agreed? Thank you. Moving ahead, let's see if we can make it a little more interesting. I'm just trying to change numbers so that we would be able to count bigger numbers, okay? If I say for this question, rather than 5, we are given a 10. 10 minus something was 4. Then 10 minus 4 should be equals to something. Counting a number that is 10 or less than 10 is very easy. We can always do it on our fingertips. If you open up your 10 fingers and you close 4, how many fingers are still open? 10. Yes, thank you, Adiba. We are left with 6 open, right? That means if 10 minus 4 was 6, then 10 minus 6 would be 4. And both of these statements would be true. Agreed? Yes, thank you. Moving ahead, let's try this. Okay. Let's say, let's change both the numbers here. Okay. This is question number 15. If I say 7 and 2. Yes, thank you. 7 minus something is 2. Can we write down the 7 numbers? We can, yes, we can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? And the reverse statement would be 7 minus 2 should be equals to the answer. So from 7, if we remove 2 numbers, we are left with, yes, we would be left with a 5. 7 minus 2 is 5. Then 7 minus 5 should be equals to 2. Thank you, Anaboy. Right? So now we know that a statement, a subtraction statement, if we were subtracting 7 minus 5, we got 2 as the answer. Or if we subtract 7 minus 2, it should be 5. And we know that the sum of these two numbers, when we add these two numbers, it should always be equal to the bigger number. Same over here. 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 should be equals to the bigger, larger number, that is 7 over here. Agreed? Okay, let's have a look for the next question.
The next question says, let's see, 3 minus something. Okay. For the next question we have, it says, sorry, if I would change this and change this, question number 15, sorry, question number 16. Okay. So if I say 9 minus something was equals to 3. So what do we subtract from 9 to make it 3? So the easier way is to go the other way around. We can say 9 minus 3 would be equals to the missing value, right? So what is 9 minus 3? 9 minus something was equals to 3. But if we do the subtraction sentence, the reverse subtraction sentence, that means if we had 9 numbers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Out of these 9 numbers, if we remove 3 numbers, we are left with 6 as the largest number. That means 9 minus 6 would be equals to 3. Agreed? Let's look at an easy question. What is 5 minus something equals to 4? How much do you need to subtract from 5 to get 4? 5 minus something is 4, which can be written as 5 minus 4 should be equals to the missing value. So 5 minus 4 is always, because they are consecutive numbers, 4 and 5 are consecutive numbers. Consecutive numbers means that the number comes one after another, right? So the difference of consecutive numbers is always 1. So we know that 5 minus 4 would be equals to 1, or from 5 if we subtract 1 we would be left with 4. Agreed? So do we agree till here? Can we move on to the test? Can we start with the test? Let's try doing some questions. Okay, let's do them together and let's see what are the answers. Okay, I'll just copy the first question. And the first question says, fill in the missing numbers. Just a moment, please. Let me copy that first. Okay. I would say this is test question number 1. Okay. This would be the test. Even you would have the same test on the website. We would do as many questions as we can. The remaining, please do it. Do complete them. Okay. A, B, C, and D. Thank you, Edward. So what should be the answer for this? 5 minus something is equals to 4, right? And we know that we don't know the missing number, right? But we can do the reverse also. What should be 5 minus 4? 5 minus 4 should be 5 minus 4 should be, I'm waiting. Okay. Option C. Thank you. Thank you, Ediboy. That means option C is the correct answer. That we know that 5 minus 1 is always equals to 4. Thank you so much.
Let's have the look. Let's have a look at the next question. Question number 2 says, what is 4 minus something and 3 is left? We are left with 3. And the options are A, B, C, and D. Thank you, Adiboy. What is 4 minus something? The easier way is 4 minus 3 should be, thank you, 4 minus 3 would be 1, right? And option B is the correct option. So let's select option B. Having a look at the next question. The next question says, fill in the missing numbers when 2 minus something equals to 1. Let me just put it on the screen. This is our question number 3, and these are the given options. What is 2 minus? It's okay. What is 2 minus 1? 2, yes. The boy? Yes, thank you. That would be 1, and that is our option number C. Thank you for the answer. Okay. Let's have a look at question number 4. These are very simple questions, and there are just simply 20 of them, right? So we'll try to do the maximum number we can complete in the class. The remaining questions you can easily complete, right? So I would expect you to do those. Okay. Question number 4 says 5 minus something, 5 minus a number should be equals to 3. And the given options are A, B, C, and D. These are the given options. So what should be subtracted from 5 to make it a 3? What should be subtracted from 5 to make it a 3? Or what we can do is 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 5 minus 3 is, what is 5 minus 3, Precious? 5 minus 3 means, yes, 5 minus 3 was 2. That means we look at the options. Yes, option number A, we would click on option. Yes, thank you, Arabar. Option number A is the correct answer. Okay. Okay, the next question says, very simple. Next, 2 minus something should be equals to 1. If for the next question it says, what should we subtract from 2 to make it 1? This was question number 5, and the options are A, B, C, and D. So what should we subtract over here? We know that 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 should be equals to 2 minus 1 should be equals to? Yes. 2 minus 1 should be equals to 1. And we look at the option number C. Okay. Thank you. Let's have a look at some more questions. So the next question we have is, it says 5 minus something would be equals to 5 minus something equals to 2. This is our question number 6 from the test. This is option A, B, C, and D. Okay. So what should we subtract from 5 to make it a 2? 5 minus, if easy way we have this, rather than finding the number, what we do is 5 minus 2. What is 5 minus 2? Precious, what is 5 minus 2? 5 minus 2. If we have 5, we have 2. 5 minus 2 would be, can I have the answer? Edifier or Precious, can I have the answer? What is 5 minus 2? 5 minus 2 should be equals to, yes, it should be equals to 3, right? Thank you. Thank you, May. So 5 minus 3 would be equals to 2, and we click on option number B. Okay. That means option B is the correct option. Moving on to the next question that says, fill in the missing number. That is 3 minus something should be equals to 2. This is our question number 7. And the options given are A, B, C, and D. Thank you, May. What about the next question? 3 minus something should be equals to 2. Rather than trying to find the number, what we do is 3 minus 2 should be equals to this number. So 3 minus 2 is, what is 3 minus 2? 3 minus 2 would be equals to, yes, thank you, boy. That would be equals to 1. And we click on option number D. Okay. That means 3 minus 1 equals to 2. We are done with 7 questions already. Question number 8. It says 4 minus something equals to 1. I'll just copy it on the screen. Okay. Let's do it over here. Right, we'll save some space. Question number 8 states that 4 minus something should be equals to 1. Should be the number. If options given are A, B, C, and D.
rather than trying to find the answer, do is, what is 4 minus 1? 4 no pressures. 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1. Think again. 4. If you have 4, you subtract 1. You are left with, if you open 4 fingers and you closed 1 finger, how many fingers are still open?
Yes, we are left with
3 open, right? Thank you, Precious.
and option A.
Is your correct answer. Agreed? Please do complete the remaining questions, okay? Easy questions, but you'll have a lot of revision, right? Okay, thank you so much for being there. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.